I think that if Trump went to jail, he'd raise a ton of money in funds, and all the poor people who can't afford to give him any more money will give him more money.
Yeah, but that's the least of my worries is his fundraising. He's not. I think he's raising an army.
Oh, here we go. Now we're off to the races. Do tell, Mr. O'Neill. He's raising an army, you say.
Well, when someone like Kerry Lake, failed gubernatorial candidate who still hasn't given up the ghost, who lost another court case yesterday.
How dare you? She won that state.
Who's running for Senate on the same election denial tactics, make statements to the public like, we will not let you lay a hand on President Trump. It is time to embrace our gods and our love of gods and guns. They are violence isn't a bug. It's a feature of the system. And I genuinely feel that way.
What happens in the Trump army? Everybody, all these Duck Dynasty rejects with their pre-diabetes.
They stash weapons outside the city. They take military tactics and come at the Capitol. We've got the evidence to show you.
Nobody's gonna. Do you really think that anybody outside of a handful of loon bags is gonna do anything?
Well, then I'll dismiss all the people I see on social media as just that keyboard warriors.
I'll say this really quickly. And again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about former President Donald Trump potentially violating his gag order by posting an article that has the address of the prosecutor that is overseeing his case. When
Bongino's saying it's a good thing for the president's campaign, when Cruz is saying he wants to go to jail for the First Amendment, both these guys are smart guys. They know they're playing with fire. You get burned when you play with fire.
Okay, so here's the thing, Spike, and this is how I know that Trump is not raising an army, and this is how I know that all these people are basically hacks. If I thought that my election had been stolen from me, would I be doing my radio show? Would I be going to Whole Foods? Would I be trying to adopt a cat from Pasado Safe Haven? No, I would be in a militia group somewhere in the high deserts of Oregon trying to rally more people to my cause. None of these people are true believers. Not a single one of them, because if you really thought that it was revolution in your country, are you sitting down and watching Hannity and the Five every night, or are you preparing yourself? Are you Travis Bickle and Taxi Driver? Do you see what I'm saying here?
You think some of them are doing both?
No, I do not. I think the vast majority of these people are in a Jack in the Box drive-through talking about how the election was stolen because they watched 2,000 Mules 1.5 times and now they're experts on election
Even if the vast majority are, the overzealous minority might not be, and that's my concern.
That's not an army, then, though, Spike. That's like 50 dudes who are
enough damage. They could do some damage. Is all I'm saying. When you're giving somebody's home address, when you're I mean, like I said, they're playing with fire. I can't say it any plainer than that. And while President Trump might know that he's not building an army, while Bongino might know, Cruz might know they're not building an army, do the guys at home know that they're not being recruited for an army? I don't think they do.